Guys, and welcome to Fox Answers. Today the question comes from mental health. And this is interesting that it was categorized this way because it says, how is CNN blackmailing the person who made the CNN WWE takedown meme? I don't understand the logic on blackmail. And so it seems like that you don't quite understand, the history behind it and what it really is at its core. And blackmail comes from the 1940s. And this was a time when there was a lot of tension in this country. There was the prohibition was going on. There was a lot of people that were angry because they couldn't get access to the alcohol, and so they were very high tension, high stress. And so you had these things that would come about. It was blackmailing. And so what they would do is that people would send these black letters, these black envelopes, I should say, and then they would write a scathing letter to the U.S. government about how prohibition had just ruined their happiness, it ruined the ability they had to get through the day. And so they would put in these black envelopes. They would, and so the fun thing about back then, all the ink was black. They didn't have blue inks and red inks and white inks. There weren't these fun Crayola pens, and they didn't have paints and things. So they would send these black envelopes, and they would send them straight to the White House. And they would just get these envelopes. They didn't know who they were from. People wouldn't address the inside of the letter. They would just put their first name, and then they would make sometimes some threats of some kind. They would say, you need to lift prohibition, or I'm going to burn this place to the ground. And these were very scary times for politicians because they felt like they had done the right thing. They felt like they had gotten rid of alcohol, which would get rid of a lot of domestic abuse and things. And that wasn't the case. People were very, very upset about that. And so you ended up with a lot of people blackmailing, and that's where it came from. And the problem was that after the prohibition stopped, that people kept blackmailing, but they would take it to different things. It stopped being just about the prohibition, just about politics, and it became, people would blackmail other people and make threats with these black envelopes. And so that's what the blackmailing is. That's really where that comes from, is a blackmail. It's literally a black envelope with some kind of scathing, criticism. And so, and that's what CNN has done to this person, is that, they thought they were just making a joke, some funny meme. CNN sends them this black mail. And he's terrified now. And not only that, but the problem is that CNN is easily recognizable. It's not like Fred. When they write CNN at the top of that letter, you know who it is. This isn't some kind of, cloak and dagger thing. Like, they wanted to be known, and that's what's real scary about that, is that something that hasn't happened before. Usually, when you get blackmailed, you blackmail someone, it's not clear who you are, and that's the whole point of it, is the anonymity of it. But then CNN has taken it to some level that we have never seen before. And so I hope that clears things up for you, and I will see you next time on The Fox is Dead.